Hi, my name is Patty Spatter Jordan, and I am the daughter of Eugene Spatter, who we made this page for. And on July 9th of 2009, I was told I have 5 to 7 years left to live. So I decided I'm going to add some of my childhood memories and adult memories too to this page and go right along with my dad. I have acute CVA, intracranial hemorrhage, leukocytosis, polycythemia rubra vera, essential thrombocythemia, spasticity, brainstem damage, lung damage, PFO, history of uterine cancer, leiomyosarcoma, history of PE, neurocardiogenic syncope, occluded right carotid artery, and some neurological damage, PVA, diabetes, left-sided weakness, left peripheral vision obstruction. I was born on July 21st, 1956, to Eugene Spatter and Nellie Spatter, and I was the 5th kid born to them. So we lived east or west of Topeka out in the country on a home that my dad built, and he built a 3-bedroom home, not realizing that they were going to have so many kids they were going to eventually need to build another room on top of the kitchen to support all of us kids. So when I was younger, there were 4 girls in 1 bedroom, which was quite a thing because part of us were messy and part of us were clean. And so it caused a lot of stress, especially to my oldest sister, who probably hated sharing a room with 3 little sisters. Anyway, back then we didn't have an indoor bathroom, so we had an outhouse we had to use. And I can remember a foot of snow on the ground, bundling up to go out to the outhouse, to go to the restroom, and it would be so cold, and your rear end would feel a cold breeze blowing on it as you sat there trying to go to the bathroom as you were freezing. But I had a great childhood growing up out in the country. And I'm going to give you a few of my memories, and besides the outhouse. We had a big sand pile, and we would climb up on my dad's workshop and jump off into the sand pile, and that was so much fun. And also there was a spider who built this big web on my dad's workshop, and we would catch grasshoppers and give them to my dad, who would throw them into the spider web, and the spider would run over there and roll them up in his little web and save them for later. And we thought that was pretty cool, or at least I thought it was pretty cool because I really like spiders. But when I was about 6, we didn't have an indoor bathroom, like I said, so we had a big metal tub down in the basement that we took our baths in. And I was taking a bath, and I don't know if there was a little ringneck snake in the tub before I put the water in or what, but anyway, I was taking the bath and washing my hair, and all of a sudden I poured this ringneck snake over my head when I was trying to get the soap out of. Scared me half to death. I went streaking up the stairs and through the house screaming because there was this little, probably 6-inch ringneck snake in the bathtub with me. And I know my family still remembers that one because they still give me a bad time about it. But we had goats growing up, and we had an electric fence that we would try to trick people who came over into touching and telling them why, that it wouldn't get shocked if they did certain things, and they would try it. And yeah, we weren't always really nice to everybody. But we also had a creek going kind of around our house, and we would wade in that creek. And I remember one time when I was wading in it, a leech got on my big toe, and I was screaming and shaking my foot, trying to shake it off. And my brother Cecil was trying to pull it off, but I wouldn't hold still long enough for him to get it off because I wanted it off now. And I'm sure it was pretty funny, but probably pretty irritating to him. Across the street we had some woods areas, and we used to spend a lot of time playing in the woods, and there were vines that we could swing on over there. And my cousin Cheryl, I think Roy was her boyfriend then, which she eventually married, but he tried to swing on a vine out over the creek, and the vine broke, and he went down into the creek. And my parents played cards. I think that was the thing back then. And we had some neighbors about a little over a mile down the road named the Browns, and they also had 4 kids, and well, we had 6, but they would come over to play cards with their kids, and in the summer we would all play outside, and we would do things like play Red Rover. We had this ditch, which I thought was a really big ditch, but since then I've drove by it, and it's really kind of just a small little ditch. But anyway, we would play Red Rover running across it, and come up with all kinds of games to play at night, and tag and everything. And we also had some neighbors that moved into this kind of long house on the hill that I always thought looked like the barracks from a Western movie for the workers to live in. They were the Smiths, and we became friends with them too, and we've actually rekindled that friendship with Sharon, who we met up on Facebook. So Facebook's kind of a wonderful thing. And the Browns we've kind of rekindled too. We've met up with them on Facebook. So Facebook has been great with bringing back memories. And we used to, being little, we would catch lightning bugs and ride our bikes. And it was nothing for us to walk a mile down the road. And there was a old bridge to the side of it going to the east of our house, and across that bridge was where Grandma and Grandpa Glassball lived, and we used to love to go over there and spend time too. And they had a path that you could walk back between the fields and under what is I-70 now, and there was a small creek back there and stuff like that. And we used to walk back there and look around and stuff like that. And one time my sister Sarah found a cave back there, and we think somebody was living in it. And later my dad went back there to look, and we couldn't find it again. So we're thinking that maybe some transient was living there, and he covered it up real good so we couldn't find it again. So anyway, that's all my story for today, and look forward to seeing me with more stories of my growing up and some childhood. And I'm sure if you were born back in the 50s and 60s, you're going to remember a lot of the kind of stuff that I tell. Anyway, thanks for listening. Bye-bye.